Alright, so I know that a lot of you guys have some bad habits that you guys want to get rid of, such as, playing too much video games, eating junk food, as well as procrastinating. And I know you guys want to actually start developing some good habits, such as maybe going to the gym, eating healthier, as well as maybe working on your career, side hustle business. I know some of you guys are actually struggling to like develop these good habits and get rid of the bad habits. So in this video, I'll give you 5 tips on how to solve your problem. So the first tip that I have for you guys is to start off slow. Guys, remember in my previous video how I talked about progressive overload? Well, progressive overload, I wasn't only talking about it in like the gym, like when training. I'm also talking about progressively overloading every single aspect of your life. So say for example, you're trying to get rid of a bad habit of probably maybe eating too much junk food. First you don't have to like complete when you're first starting out. You don't have to completely eliminate everything at once. Say for example, on a weekly basis, you have like pizzas, burgers, soft drinks, as sugary stuff. The first week, what you can do is just, for example, first week, get rid of all your soft drinks. Instead of eating, any soft drinks such as Coke, Fanta, Sprite, just stick to water, sparkling water, or even maybe just swap it out for a healthy alternative such as juice or something. Yeah, and then maybe the next week after that, after you've actually mastered like what do you call it? After you've actually like been able to control yourself from drinking soft drinks, maybe then next maybe then week after that, maybe then just eliminate sugary stuff. So all your sweets, candy, lollipops, cake, just eliminate all that stuff. So the following week, and then the week after that, eliminate soft drinks, sweet stuff, and processed food. See what I mean? Don't completely start off eliminating everything. So don't like so what I was saying, don't like eliminate where every single like junk food that you're having. First start off by eliminating probably soft drinks, then the next week after that eliminate like sweets and candy. Next week after that maybe just eliminate all fast food. So this way you're not gonna end up binge eating, and yeah, it's gonna be much easier and much more sustainable for you to like quit those bad habits. Same thing with starting the good habits. So say for example, you're actually finding it hard, finding it to stay motivated for the gym. Just start off by one push-up. Like literally get on the ground and do one push-ups. Tomorrow you're gonna do the second push-up, two push-ups. The day after that you're gonna end up doing three, and then four, and then five. And then once you get into that consistent habit, you're gonna end up developing better habits. So then you're gonna end up doing a full workout. So the second tip that I have for you guys, in order for you to start developing good habits and eliminating bad habits, is to eliminate any triggers that you get. So say for example, you have I'll use the junk food example again. So say for example you have a really bad sugar addiction. The best thing you can do is literally stay away from those snacks, bro. Like literally just the best thing you can do is just don't buy any snacks at all. Cause I know some people like they get really used to it. They get like what do you call it? They How do I explain this? So like they don't eat that much sugar. Like they used to have an addiction and then they got off that addiction completely. And then they see the treats in the cupboard, and then next thing you know, they're binge eating. So the safest thing to do is just whenever you're going outside to the grocery store or something, just don't get any like sugary snacks. Don't get any like processed food, so you don't end up consuming them in the first place. And the same thing for the good habits, like make it easier to do them. So like say for example, you have assignments, or you have a task that you have to do. Just write down just write down a goal like on a notepad and like stick it on your door or something. And then the next time you pass that door, you're gonna see, oh, you have that task to do, and you're gonna end up doing it, like a to-do list. It'll keep you accountable for like it will keep you accountable for doing those tasks that you're supposed to do, and yeah, it will ensure that you actually get it done. Alright, so the third tip that I have for you guys, man, I see this with a lot of people. A lot of people do this, and it's actually really like, it's really annoying when people actually do this. Because okay, it's basically rewarding yourself with bad habits after you've consistently stuck to the good habits. Like, how many people do you see after they've had a clean diet for like a week? On, say for example, they've had a clean diet all throughout the weekdays. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they've been eating clean like the whole time. And then they, on Saturday and Sunday, on the weekends, what they do, they just binge eat. And then all their progress is just ruined. Like all the progress from the weekdays, all those 5 days of clean eating, of 5 days of dieting, is just ruined in the weekends. Don't be one of those guys who do this kind of stuff. Like you're literally working so hard for like for 5 days, and then like you're just wiping all that progress away for just what 2-3 seconds of pleasure. Like if you guys have a problem with sugar addiction, the best tip I can give you is that understanding that the pleasure only lasts in your mouth for a couple of minutes. After that, it's straight downhill. Like, okay, if you have sweets, the most people, they just have sweets for taste. Yeah, they put it in their mouth. It feels good for 10 minutes, and then after that, you know, they have their insulin level spikes. They have low energy. They gain a bit of fat, and it feels bad, and they just feel really bad. Just don't. There's no point of just sacrificing 10 seconds of pleasure for just a lifetime of like, you know, misery and like regret. So say for example, after a week of doing the good habits consistently, just don't reward yourself with bad habits. Like reward yourself with something else. Like, but doing the good habits is a reward of itself. Like the results that come with the good habits, it's a reward of itself. So don't reward yourself with the bad habits after like consistently doing good habits, because you're gonna ruin your long-term progress by just doing that. The fourth tip, which I can give you guys, is that don't be too focused on the outcome. Don't be too focused on the result, and just what do you call it? Focus on the journey instead. Like, yeah, don't worry about the results, and don't worry too much about the results, and like and fall in love with the process, fall in love with the journey. Okay, so the reason why I lift is not just because I want like muscles and I want an aesthetic physique. Of course I want an aesthetic physique, like who doesn't? But the real reason why I lift is because I love lifting itself. Like, you know, those days when I don't feel tired. Those days when I feel tired, I don't feel that much. I don't feel that motivated. I don't feel that disciplined. I go to the gym anyway because I know that this is what I love to do, and this is my passion. So yeah, that's what actually pushes me to going to the gym. Like you have to actually fall in love with doing the good habits, and you have to absolutely hate doing the bad habits. That's why you gotta fall in love with the process more than the results. So those days when you don't feel like doing it, you're gonna go and do it anyway because you actually love what you're doing. So as I said before, it's I don't train because you know I want an aesthetic physique. Well, of course I do, but the real reason I train is because I love lifting weights. I love training. Like I love going to the gym every day. You know, blasting music in my earpods and just training hard. You know, it feels good. So yeah, but it will take time for you to like fall in love with the good habits. The you're only gonna start falling in love with the good habits after you see the results. But before that, it's gonna be kind of like demotivating. But you gotta just keep on pushing forward. Yeah. After you see the results, you're gonna fall in love. You're absolutely gonna fall in love with the good habits. Yeah. So vice versa, as well as falling in love with the good habits, you also have to hate the bad habits. So like you have to literally hate procrastination. You literally have to hate eating junk food because it's gonna be detrimental to your future. You have to say this to yourself that I hate doing these bad habits because my future self is it's gonna be very detrimental to my future self. Okay, so the fifth and last tip which I can give you guys is understanding that it's a long journey and it will take time. Like, I know a lot of people, they don't want to do the good habits and they just want to keep on doing the bad habits. Why? Because you know the results will take time, but and then the results will take time, and so they just don't do it in the first place. The best advice I can give you for this is that understanding that time's gonna pass it anyway, and the only thing that matters is what do you call it, whether you do the work or not. So you can either have say for example, um 6 months passes from now. You can either have 6 months of progress or 6 months of regret. Okay, so say for example, 6 month passes from now. You can either have 6 months of regret or 6 months of progress. So say for example, okay, say for example, you do the work, you start working out from now. 6 months from now, you're gonna actually see progress. You're gonna see some gains happening. Whether if you don't do the work, 6 months from now, you're literally gonna see no progress. So the thing is, time's gonna pass anyway. In 6 months, still gonna be 6 months. In 1 year, it's still gonna be 1 year. In 10 years, it's still gonna be 10 years. So the only difference is whether you do the work or not. So if you do the work for 10 years, you're gonna have 10 months of progress. But if you don't do the work, you're gonna have 10 months of regret. So yeah, that's probably the best advice I could give for people who say, oh, you know, it's gonna take too long, it's gonna take too much time. Yeah, because the time's gonna pass anyway. All that matters is whether you put in the work or not. Alright, so that was it. Hopefully, you guys found this video helpful. So let me just recap again. So the 5 tips that I gave you for developing good habits and taking away bad habits is: first, starting slowly, eliminating your triggers. Don't reward yourself after doing the bad habits. Don't be focused on the outcome, as well as understanding that will take time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it valuable. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.